So tonight we're going to have pizza, and the first thing we're going to do is a little bit of proofing for prep. First ingredient you're going to need is warm water. About 1 cup, about 1 1/4 cup. Second thing you're going to need is the main ingredient, yeast. And fresh is preferable if you can get it. If not, dry yeast will work just fine. Next thing we're going to need is 1 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. You can do just 1 tablespoon if you need to cut your sugars, but I suggest 1 tablespoon and a half. Why? When you're proofing, what you're really doing is testing your yeast, because you don't want to waste a whole bunch of money on some dry, inactive ass yeast. And yeast love what? Sugar. So to get this party started without getting diabetes, type 2 diabetes too, might as well throw in as much sugar as you can take. Okay? I'm not saying go crazy with the shit. Just put a good amount. Put enough to get them lit. Get the yeast lit. Now that we got the prep work done, it is time to just start loading this ingredient. So that is, again, 1 1/4 cup of water mixed with 1 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. Now, once again, all we're doing is creating the best environment that you can for the sugar. Now, to proof, in all reality, all you need is a little bit of water and enough sugar to get them started. I know. So you don't need a cup and 1/4 of water to do this process. I'm doing that because I'm lazy as hell. And I'm going to put all the water I'm going to use for the pizza making process. Okay? Because I just ain't got time to be adding dishes, cleaning dishes, all that. But in all reality, you can do this prep with just 1/4 a cup of water. Okay? So now that I've stirred this and I've got the sugar dissolved, I think I have an environment where the yeast will be happy. So what we're going to do is pour in the yeast and see how they respond. That's what proofing is. Checking, it's a benchmark to check how well and how excited and happy your yeast are. Because you're not going to have good dough if you got bad yeast. Okay? Bam, I had to rip this shit out the plastic. It was acting brand new. God damn. Alrighty. Hold on now. Immediately after doing that process, you want to set a timer to 5 minutes. Okay? And what you're doing for these 5 minutes is watching the yeast activity. Mainly, we do that by watching its growth. So we are currently here. Let's see what happens. Oh, and another thing, you really want to kind of stir the yeast up. I get a little lazy because I know they're going to do most of that work for me. But if you want to feel better, you can just stir it up just to kind of cause a little bit of little chaos in there and help them out a little bit. Okay. Now, while you're waiting for the yeast to proof, you might want to do something else like, I don't know, wash dishes. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll check it when it's about at the halfway mark at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, and we are at our halfway mark, and let's see where our yeast is. Okay, I got a lot of water in there, so they have sunken to the bottom. But let's see what the foaming action is looking like. As you can see, there are some bubbles. What does that mean? This yeast is active, and it's moving, honey. Look at them bubbles. Hold on. Now check this out. It's about to be lit. Hold on. Just give them a little bit of time. And we got about a minute left on the clock. She gonna be ready. Okay, our time is up. Now, let's take a look at the yeast. And I'm satisfied with the result. This is what I'm looking for, okay? And once again, please use proper ventilation. I'm gonna turn on my the fan that's on my stove. But if you tend to make a lot of these pizzas, understand when you're doing a proofing, you're actually starting the fermentation process. And with that, of course, you have what? You have some molecules combining and creating creating certain gases that you might not want to smell. I mean, you could take a whiff of that shit and kind of fall. Get a little dizzy around here. So you want to have proper ventilation. So I'm going to turn on a fan and let stuff kind of air out. It'd be best to open up a window if you can, or a fan and open up a window. But if you're familiar with, girl, go put that back in the trash. I'm trying to tell you, this girl making the roof of my mouth itch. I love my toddler. Anyways, remember, the process of fermentation is just like making wine, okay? You need to have proper ventilation, and you need yeast, and you need sugars to get the process going, to get the party started. Okay, I am satisfied. Like I said, you see them getting ready to rise back up to the top, create more bubbles. So we're ready to go. Let's get down and make this dough. Did I just say get down? Who the fuck? What the? Oh my God.